Hey everybody! Welcome back to some new Entropia content. And for today's episode, sorry guys, I didn't have a chance to get everything I needed to do some more bonding liquid clicks yet. Hopefully I'll find someone around here who's selling sweat. Maybe I can just buy some. It'll take me forever. So I'll put in the chat here, see what we got. Maybe I better put that in the trade chat, because some people get a little pissy about putting trade questions in regular chat. No, and apologies too to all the players that have been wanting to meet up with me in the game. Sorry, I've just really had an hour a day that I've been able to play Entropia lately, so usually unless you find me while I'm doing the streams or recording, you're probably not going to find me in the game lately. As soon as winter time gets here, I'll be spending way more time on the game. I just got a lot of stuff I need to get done outside. I'm trying to get my pool house built, and man, the pool house is a high priority because I'm breathing a lot of secondhand smoke and having lung issues, so I really got to get that finished. I can't put it off any longer. I don't know, it's kind of really bad timing because the world situation, prices on everything have gone up for like building supplies, workers, the whole deal. But what can you do? I'm fortunate at least I have enough money saved that I can build it, so really if I have the money saved and it costs a little bit more, I should probably take the chance of doing it now anyways, because I have a feeling the world situations are probably going to keep going even more screwy. Like gold is supposed to fucking skyrocket. I don't know if anyone's heard, but the gold mines up north in Canada are the second best in the world, and they're on the verge of another big outbreak and might have to shut the mines down. And when they do that, usually the gold price skyrockets. And I think even speculation that they were going to close was causing it to skyrocket. So it's like, holy, what happens when it actually does? No, I wouldn't take my advice on it in case anyone's thinking of tanking a whole bunch of money into investing in gold. My advice for investing is always just invest what you can afford to lose, so that way it's not really a big deal one way or the other. It's kind of like when you go into the casino. A lot of people sometimes will go in with $100 and have the goal of coming out with 100, or have the goal of coming out with more than 100. But really, when you go to the casino with $100, you almost got to go in the mentality that, hey, I'm going to lose this $100 and not be super upset if it happens, because I'm anticipating it to happen. And then I find when people go in that mindset, they actually play better. Less panic. Alright, so what else is new with Entropia? Oh yeah, I had some other Entropians message me. Here, hold on a sec, I'll go to the fire set so I can open it. Now, I know as much as you guys want to see boobs come up on the screen. I swear, I have no idea how they got there. No, sorry for lag. Every time I open shit, lags temporarily. It's funny, it lags just opening Google. It's like, how much fucking resources does Google's homepage open or use? Here, maybe I'll put up a funny meme too. This is a pretty good one. Alright, yeah, someone's messaging me in the game. Let's get back to it quick. Hey, go away, notifications. Fuck. This is one of the memes I was sharing last year. It says, I think my sister is trying to tell my parents that she's pregnant. It shows an empty bottle of Jack Daniels and Coke, plus a little Ken and Barbie doll action. I think I can't make out what the next two things are. Oh yeah, condoms. I should know what those are. And then, remember folks, use protection always. And then, yeah, then the birth control thing. I don't know what's next to the condoms, it's hard to see on this picture. Yeah, I've been posting ancient mystery stuff about High Brazil. Right, before I just randomly open my chat messages, maybe I should bring up the correct one. Alright, yeah, so there's a player from Entropia named Joseph. And he was saying thanks for making the videos, and his question for the show was, what would I do today if I had like 1,000 or 2,000 pet? Well, I think he said a big investment that he can make into Entropia. So it's like, what would he do? Like, should he get deeds or real estate and stuff? And I was thinking that decision really plays on what kind of player you like to be. Like, I don't know, if you're into buying and selling items and like trading at Twin, shit, I would invest in that. But really, a lot of these investments too, I'd always split them so that you don't really invest everything in one thing. Because sometimes when you do that, it can fail. Like, fuck, I screwed up bad when here, let's see how it's doing today. I saved up, what was it, I think 3,000 PED or something. And I bought Ancient Greece shares. And now it's only made me 24 PED. So shit, I really should have bought something else, but I fucking soaked it all into Ancient Greece. It's kind of a shit show, but what can you do? Now I'm hoping that maybe my videos I can, hey, yeah, Joseph, you want to buy a lot of Ancient Greece shares? I'm just kidding, that'll probably ruin you, so. As much as I'd like to advise you to buy them, it's probably not the greatest thing. Although, holy shit, yeah, they've barely sold any. They haven't even sold, what? How many is that? Holy, I thought it was 75,000, but 750,000. So they've sold 100,000 almost? That's not so bad. Fuck, still a long way to go. Yeah, so what I would do if I had a whole bunch of money... excuse me. Sorry, my whole fucking breathing issues are still bothering me. It was weird, like a couple days there they were almost gone and now they're back again. It's fucking annoying. So I'm really just gonna lay off the vaporizer indefinitely until I can fucking resolve this. Really disappoints me. Probably gonna bake some cannabis brownies soon. But yeah, today's the third day of the water fast. I haven't eaten anything since, what was it? Not Thursday. Tuesday at around 6 p.m. was the last time I ate solid food. Alright, so Buddy says he can hook me up for 1.1 a K. That's a decent price for this planet. He put a question mark, so I'll offer I'll say, can you do 10K sweat for 10 PED? I don't know. Usually when it comes to Entropia, even if it's a good price, I'm always feel obligated to try haggling. I don't know what it is. So he's putting no. 4K for 4. It's like, alright, I'll just wait. I'm horrible at haggling. It's like, if it doesn't go my way, sometimes I'm like, man, if you won't budge at all, I'll just buy it from someone else who had a higher price and at least lowered it a bit for me. So I don't know, be a little advice when you're selling stuff in Entropia, always put the price a little higher. Because, I don't know, people that like to haggle, they just won't buy it unless they've lowered it a little from your original offer. I don't know. Like, I'm not really into overpaying for sweat, and... yeah, it is a good price. Here I'm so cheap. Jeez. To be honest, I'm not really even too keen on crafting the bonding liquid anymore. Kind of gotten sick of it. I kind of want to do something else. Sucks that I got all these fucking materials. I wish stuff would have sold lately. I don't know what it is. Like, the auction sales on other planets have really tanked lately. I guess maybe everyone went to Calypso and is doing that migration event. Anyone want to comment? How's that migration event going? Lose shitloads of PED? Now I'll finish up the question the other guy was asking. He was saying what should, or yeah, Joseph should, what would he invest in? Or what would I invest in? Or recommend? So yeah, say if I had 10,000 PED, what I'd probably do is I'd split a portion of it and buy deeds. Whatever type of deeds float your boat. I would check out the latest payouts, see which deed is paying the most. It's probably Calypso land deeds that are still paying the most, but who knows? Maybe Arcadia underground deeds are a better option for you. And then the other portion of the ped I would split, I would probably buy some sort of apartment or real estate somewhere, and then see if I can find a good deal on it. So I'd be like, hey, like maybe post in the Entropia forum, say, hey, I'm looking to buy a place. Can anyone send me their offers? Get a whole bunch of offers, buy the cheapest one, try to haggle them down a bit. Get it to the point where they're almost pissed that they're selling it that cheap. And then once you have that real estate and those auction or those deeds, then that's what I would do, is collect the deed revenue, and then maybe try to buy the deeds cheap too. Like heck, if you can buy a shitload of Arcadia Underground deeds for cheap, buy those, wait for the price to go back up, and collect the revenue in the meantime, and then resell the deeds. And then selling the deeds, I would try to do it in private trades, maybe on the Calypso forum or the Entropia forums, or yeah, I try to stay clear of the auction because they got so many fees. But if you're desperate, yeah, sometimes the auction isn't even too bad if you bought them cheap enough and the price skyrockets high enough. So yeah, so that's what I would do. And oh yeah, with the real estate, then I would just hang on to it. Well, maybe casually start. Well, what I'd probably do, not post on the forum that you're reselling it right away. Maybe keep it a month or two, and then post that you're reselling it and be like, oh, I decided to change my mind, want to sell it. Who wants to make an offer? And then, man, collect a whole bunch of offers and take the highest offer. Then you'd probably be making some ped that way. Another way to invest ped and make money, I guess you could try buying a shop like I'm saying to do, if you don't have enough to buy an apartment. Or if you have more than enough than you need to buy an apartment, go for a shop instead. Try to find a shop that's on like rock bottom and get it and resell it. Same thing, try out owning a shop and reselling items. What other good ways to make ped? Yeah, the buying and reselling items at Twin. I was trying to think of something more interesting you could do. Yeah, I guess I'll have to think about that as the show goes on. Yeah, let's see how much sweat I got. Maybe I'm actually at the point. Yeah, I might actually have a K of sweat, so I might not even need to buy any. We'll see after this mob's dry. Oh fuck, I'm not even sweating. So yeah, it's going to take quite a while to sweat the creature when you're not sweating. Son of a... Yeah, so what other video game news was there? Yeah, that G4 Tech channel's coming back, and I was trying to remember what shows I used to watch on it. I'm pretty sure I used to watch Electric Playground, Reviews on the Run, and then Attack of the Show. Remember Olivia Munn on Attack of the Show? Wasn't she smoking? She probably still is. You know that one scene where she takes a whole bunch of hot dogs and tries to ram as many of them in her mouth as she can at the same time? Get my mind out of the gutter. Now that show was pretty edgy. I don't know, the technology wise and stuff, who knows. I can't really remember too much of that show. Oh yeah, the other video game news? Fuck man, I was fucking spitting. It's like, I don't know if anyone heard, I can't remember if I told the story yesterday. But when the lockdown first started in my city, a lot of like Canadian real estate rules for, what is it, business owners are really fucked. Like, that's what they warned you when you go into business school. You know how if you get an apartment in real life, you can like lease it, and say something bad happens, like you lose your job or something, or like some family crisis happens and you have to get rid of the apartment, and then usually what you do is you pay like a fee to break the lease, and it's not that much, it's like a reasonable fee. But that's not how it, well, it might have changed since I was in business school, but from what I remember, or what it used to be, or probably still is if you rent like a store lease, like say you rent a lease or sign a lease to have a store for 10 years, if you go broke or for some reason you can't pay the lease anymore, guess what happens? There is no way to pay lease break fees. So the landlord can just keep charging you no matter what happens. So that's what I was worried, like when the whole world pandemic situation happened, Like, all these store owners can't stop paying their leases, and there's no way they can get out of it. So it's like, even if they lose their whole store, all their inventory, they're still fucked for that 10 years paying the lease. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. What happened with how this has to do with video games is there was a guy in my community that ran the retro video game store called the Games Exchange. And I'm pretty sure Kitchener had the first location, and it did eventually expand across the country. So maybe if you're in different parts of the country, you've heard of the Games Exchange before. It's similar to like GameStop or Microplay or whatever the other store brand names are. So what happened is he ran that store for a number of years. As you could tell, the video game like collectors industry for retro games had really started to tank. Like, his store was already on the verge of going bankrupt before the pandemic happened. So man, you can imagine that once the government came in and said, hey, everyone's allowed to keep shopping at Walmart, Canadian Tire, but sorry, small business owner, you gotta close your doors. It's like, he was like, fuck, I'm screwed. I can't fucking sell my inventory. Walmart's making killer fucking sales. Their stores are packed with people not wearing masks. But he's fucked. He had to close his store. So anyways, when he closed his store, guess what happened is he's facing that fucking lease payment. And he's like, God, he's going broke paying that lease payment. So what he did, he put an ad out on the newspaper. And he was like, I'll pay someone to fucking basically take the store, just so that he doesn't have to keep paying the lease fee. So he lost his entire life savings, his entire fucking store inventory, and everything. So what he did is, yeah, he sold it to someone for dirt cheap. I think it was like $5,000 or $10,000. You could buy a store that was just loaded with video games, like a fucking giant store. So anyways, what do you know, the fucking lockdown goes for, what was it, 5-6 months? And then they fucking allowed the stores to reopen. And they never told business owners how long it was going to take for them to reopen. They left it in the air. So that guy was like, it might have been years that they were locked down. He had no idea, right? Like, even the government was talking 2-3 years, maybe they're going to lock everyone down here. So yeah, he did that. He gave his store away. Fuck, with like in a month after selling his store, video game retro prices just skyrocketed. So the guy the new owner was allowed to open his store. And then, fucking, he raised the prices on everything. Like, you could get a PlayStation 1 in that Games Exchange probably for like $20, maybe $30 before. And now they're selling for like $200 each, and they all sold out. So I was like, holy fuck, can you imagine the old store owner, what he's thinking? Not only did he lose everything because of the government's fucking lockdown, but the new guy that took his store over fucking made millions off of it. Yeah, I know I shouldn't laugh. I feel horrible for the Games Exchange owner. And for even myself, I had the money to buy the store. And I was like, shit, is it too risky? Didn't know how long the lockdown was going to go. Yeah, so that was pretty fucking wild situation. I don't know, did anyone else see that happening in their communities? Where small business owners just got fucking crushed by the lockdown, and all the other big store owners just had crowds of people the whole time with no masks, making record sales. And it was like pissing a lot of store owners off, because they would be like directly across the street from the Walmart. They'd be watching floods of people going in and out with no mask, just cleaning out the store shelves. And they're going, no, I can't sell anything. I'm losing my life savings. And like a lot of people actually committed suicide. So like, I don't know, a few store owners died because they fucking locked down. Man, I can't fucking believe how... Like, I know everyone liked the lockdown because they thought it would save their life, but the lockdown was never designed to do that. It was only designed to, like, slow the spread. Not that it was actually going to prevent you from catching it. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know, if I was in charge of the government, I would have made the lockdown, but I would have also made it optional. So if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to. So then you wouldn't have to give CERB out. You'd be like, hey, if you want to go to work, you can. If you want to stay home and you can afford to do so, then do so. I know it sounds cruel in a way, but man, the way the world is working. Like, did you know Sweden only has 40 serious cases left? And everyone in the news is, oh, Sweden, they're horrible. It's like, yeah, I've bashed Sweden a lot for Mindark stuff before, but shit, yo. If I had 40 cases left and all the business store owners didn't have to fucking lose their life savings, fucking tank their entire economy, dear God. No, it was weird too, is like that was communist China's plan, and then all the other world leaders bought into it. Except for Sweden. I was like, how many times do you see fucking communist China doing the right thing? Like they're going around burning Tibet, fucking conquering places like Hong Kong, acting basically like fucking world tyrants. And the other countries just follow their example. Alright, let's begin a little bit of crafting. Now I got some other Entropia news. I was placing... Well yeah, the comments started flooding in about yesterday's video. Even McCormick had a neat remark. He said, thanks man, calling that guy an investor made him laugh. I was like, technically it sounded like he was an investor, so that's just what I called him, an investor. But who knows if he really was a scammer or an investor. He did sound kind of nice in a way, so I was wondering if he was a good guy. Ah, welding wire print. What a surprise! The new shrapnel. Yeah, this actually screws crafting. I don't know like what changes. Because before I could do this run and have a chance at looting other prints and then resell them for markup. But this just killed all the markup in crafting these. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm never going to use the explosive projectile prints again. Just because I've realized now that there is no way to profit from them. My only chance was selling the other blueprints for markup and they've removed that feature. So I'm not sure why they removed that feature. Maybe the remaining prints they wanted to go up in value. It's hard to say. Oh, we got the basic structure. That's basically useless. They're giving me Calypso prints, and I'm crafting on another planet. So I should be getting the prints from the new planet, not the fucking Calypso ones. I don't know, is that part of the broken changes too? Now I checked the scale, and I think I've lost about 5 pounds doing my water fasting so far. But technically I have been eating some food. I've been plowing back lots of bowls of Jello. But I just wanted just liquids to give my intestines a break. So we'll see how everything goes today. Hopefully I don't have to go to merge or anything. I don't know, my stomach pain was almost completely gone last night. So I'm thinking maybe, hopefully today's an okay day to start eating some solid foods. Now the only side effects energy-wise I got is I noticed the back of my legs, like my Achilles tendons. A couple times I went on really long walks, I overdid it, and I strained them pretty bad. And now it seems like when I get low on energy, they'll get sore first before anything. So yeah, that's what was a little bit sore, my Achilles tendons. And then that was a sign, I was like, hey, maybe I gotta ease up on the workouts a bit while I'm water fasting. Because to be honest, I still did, I don't know, about 80% of my regular workout. Tried cutting it down a bit just because I don't have the extra food, but no, it's like even my clothes are starting to fit properly again. Fucking face doesn't feel like it's a pumpkin. Now I encourage anyone who's trying to get into the fitness routine and stuff, yeah, don't go overkill. I tended to go way overkill. Now really it's all about just getting your fucking cholesterol on track and stuff. You don't have to be super skinny. It's like, to be honest, when I see people that are super skinny, it kind of scares me because I know a lot of people that went vegan and became anorexic. So it's like if I was to pick which body type I like to see people have, it's actually more on the larger side. Like, I don't know, I've had girlfriends that are super skinny and it's kind of like hugging a skeleton, right? Jabbing bones and stuff. Not to bash skinny people. I'm sure a lot of people are into that. And it never hurts to have a little bit extra weight for boobage too. I'll try to get my mind out of the gutter, I swear. Now I was checking with the Sex Machine referrals to see how many people have signed up, and I've realized I don't know how to check the referrals. So I had to message the company and be like, guys, how do I check how many referrals I got? Oh yeah, the one good referrals I've been getting is the Bitcoin. Man, whoever signed up for Bitcoin has been playing it a lot under my account, like signing up. And I keep getting a portion of their bets and stuff, and they must be raking it in because, man, my Bitcoin is going up pretty substantially. Well, still like fucking pennies, but a lot faster than it was before. Right, I don't got many bonding clicks left. Oh yeah, it already stopped. So I'll try the first tee. I don't want to get so greedy that I'm always freaking going to my favorite position between the tees first. I gotta try to warm up and get there. Although finishing quick is my specialty. Now I think, what was it, when I first landed on Cyrene and did a little crafting run? What was it, the first day I got some luck between the T's? Alright, let's go to the second T. Don't want to make it lonely. You gotta balance your attention, people. That's the best crafting advice I've got. No, and for that guy who was asking, like, how much money would he invest into, like, other things? Things I would try to avoid investing in would be either hunting, crafting, mining. All those tend to be, like, huge ped drains. I don't know, like, when it comes to hunting, crafting, and mining, you see I kind of just disperse a little bit of ped that I feel like I can afford to lose. Same thing with going into the casino. Another good way is you can invest in Entropian YouTubers. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can if you want a little. I got a Patreon or different links. I got crap loads of affiliate links. I don't know, I'll probably set the record for the most affiliate links out of any YouTuber. Now, a lot of my affiliate links are designed to help you guys, so... Like, man, if you sign up for my Bitcoin one and start sharing it, all of a sudden you can add the Bitcoin thing. Can't remember, was I already at I? Let's give it a try. Yeah, so is anyone else, like, getting on the bandwagon for selling their retro games? I have a big retro game collection. I'm kind of tempted to sell it now. I wouldn't call it a super big collection, but I've basically kept all my PlayStations over the years, except for my Sony 1. I already sold it. I had a Sony 1 with oh yeah, I guess I shouldn't say what I had. It's illegal. Or I swear, I was only playing the games that I had already owned. No, I had a mod chip in it, so I had lots of PlayStation games. And I was only playing games I actually had already legit copies of. I swear. No, and then I still have my PS2, but my PS2 I had to repair. I actually got a PS2, what was it, from a buddy of mine who broke his PS2. Because what happened was, you know the PlayStation 2 had a disc tray that came out? Well, the disc tray came out, and while he was like going to change the disc, he tripped, and he fucking bumped the disc tray, and he cracked it, so it fucking wouldn't go back in and out of the PlayStation properly. So he was pissed, and he couldn't fucking fix it. So he gave it to me. Or no, I think I bought it off him for like 20 bucks. And I told him that I would try to fix it. He was actually just going to throw it out. So what I did is I heard that Crazy Glue works really good at bonding plastic. And I'd never tried it before. So I fucking took the PlayStation 2 apart and found inside the pieces that had cracked and broken. And I actually glued them back together. And then reassembled it all. And then plugged it in. What do you know? It worked like a fucking brand new PS2. So I kind of felt bad. I really should have just gave the PlayStation 2 back to my friend. That was a jackass move. But no, I kept the PlayStation. Well, I let him play it all the time still too. And he was actually... He just already bought a new PlayStation 2 and replaced it right away. So he didn't really need his other one back. That's probably the only reason why I kept it. Not because I'm a fucking jerk. And so yeah, I'm sick of all this fucking crafting. Man, I swear to God, I think I've done enough crafting to last me 2 months. See, I still have 10 ped of super adhesive. So that really, I don't need that much more fucking sweat. So yeah, let's just collect the sweat before I go. For God's sakes. Now I wish I had some more exciting sweat circles here. I don't mind sweating solo when I'm not doing a YouTube stream or something, but usually when I have viewers, I like to show off some of the interactions you can do with other players. Oh yeah, sorry, that other guy joined my society and I haven't had a chance to hang out with him much yet. Whew, getting a little bit weak on food energy. Definitely gonna have to eat today. Alright, let's go to the volcano. No. Myrrh Beach. No. Hive Desert. Great Plains. I wish each teleporter would list. It's like, this is one that has a full fucking setup for crafting and shit, like one of these terminals. I hate it when I have to go to all these different terminals and I never know, is it going to be a terminal that I can actually use here? Alright, here it is. What am I talking about? I'm not even looking for terminals, for fuck's sakes. Alright, I clearly need to eat today. Now, I don't want to be a jerk. I was almost going to respond to that guy. How about 4K for 4ped? Alright, let's give him a reasonable offer. Oh, here's this guy. He's always been nice, talking to me every day. I should ask him if he's got any sweat he wants to sell. He'll probably have a higher price, but I'll be willing to pay it because at least he was nice to me. I remember back in the old days and the old controls, if I wanted to talk to someone, I could just grab their fucking name, pull it aside, and then do a private chat with them. What is going on? I fucking can't even open a chat to this guy. God, I fucking hate the new controls. Oh my fucking Christ. Yeah, MindArk, I fucking can't stand the new controls. If anyone knows a way to change it back to the old way. Like, fuck, I wanted to chat with them. How do you chat with someone? You can't click on and chat with them anymore? Is that how they fucking designed the controls? So how do I chat with someone then? God, it's fucking annoying. It's like, why would you take a game that had the best controls ever and fucking switch it to absolute bullshit controls? Oh yeah, that was one of the other comments some people are putting, like, what would they do if they were in charge of the game? Maybe it was for the best, the whole Chinese farmer thing. I shouldn't be buying sweat. Fuck that buying sweat nonsense. No, maybe that was the deal. The whole reason I was having all this trouble buying sweat is because I really shouldn't be buying sweat. I should save my ped and just collect it. Because really, sweating is like the leveling up in a game. You know how some games like Final Fantasy or something, you have to grind somewhere to level up and then you go off into the game? That's basically what sweating is. Like, you get a lot of fucking skills from sweating. I can't remember the episode that I showed my skills off. I've gotten quite a bit just from sweating. It is 40 levels of sweating, but still. I'm not level 40. What am I at sweating? It won't show me. Thank you, game. Oh well, I think I'm level 30 something. Maybe it's a 36, 37, somewhere around there. Yeah, so that was what the other guy was posting in the comments. He's like, if he had a whole bunch of money and he wanted to help Entropians, what he would do is buy Entropia from MindArk and then start making good changes to the game. Well, which is kind of funny because really when you say good changes, you can't please everyone in Entropia. I'm pretty sure any change you made, there's going to be half the people would like it and half would hate it. So that's why I kind of disliked how when fucking Neverdie came out with that teleport token idea, that as president he couldn't just implement it. Why did it have to become a discussion that approved it or not? Because people don't want what's best for them. Like normally if you tell someone I'm going to give you what's best for you, they won't want it. They'll argue and say, no, I want to eat cake or something instead. Like, no man, you should eat some fucking liver. And they're like, no, I want cake. So really, if you go by what people want and give them that, It's not usually what's best. That's the whole funny thing I think is hilarious about voting. Even the Bible warns. They always said that voting was the worst way you could ever elect a leader. And the example they used is when it came time, like Jesus was getting executed, they actually offered the people a choice. Do you want to release a raping murderer who's going to go around killing everyone, or release Jesus? Then they did a vote. And guess who they voted for? They voted to release the raping murderer. And even he was like, really? You guys are going to let me go instead? All right. Yeah, not to get too preachy or anything. To be honest, a lot of the stuff that's in the Bible, the Romanized version, I really don't like. I'm more of a fan of the pagan, Irish version of the Bible. So it actually contradicts with almost everything in the Romanized version. I never realized that the Romanized version was so Romanized. Making up all this stuff about how they don't know what any of the bloodlines look like. Meanwhile, the Irish people are like, hey, it's us. Stop fucking telling people you don't know who it is. But I even asked my priest when I was a kid, I was like, hey man, like, who are these biblical figures? Like, what did they actually look like? And he's like, nobody knows. He's like, probably Middle Eastern. It's like, yeah, well, when you go back in time, everyone lived in the Middle East. It's like it wasn't just one group of people there. No, I'll probably do an episode on that, so I won't get too much more into it, guys, don't worry. I'll get back into the video game talk. Yeah, so the one guy was saying that he was going to do the... Oh yeah, before I get back into the video game talk, let's do a quick message from my sponsor. Today's show was brought to you by Crack! Crack, it'll fuck you up. Well, thank you, sponsor. That was an excellent message today. Now, I think my sponsor is getting a little better at properly articulating his vocabulary. Or it just sounded like shit, and I'm trying to imagine good things because I haven't eaten anything in 3 days. Well, solid food. Now, I have been drinking juice to get my vitamin C because I don't want to fucking risk scurvy again, that's for sure. Goddamn, scurvy's a bitch. If anyone's had it before, woo! Yeah, so the one guy was saying he would change that, take over the game and try to make a lot of changes. What were some of the other comments? Why don't I just fucking open it and check? Well, I guess it is helping my memory a little bit to try to remember, but... Ah, here it is. Now, Jeremiah Corral was nice. He was posting some comments on the Facebook version. But guys, on my video, if you could remember to give it a quick like, it helps me out a lot. But even if you don't have time, putting all these comments on the Facebook thing really is just as good. I don't think the YouTube algorithm actually does do much with how many likes and dislikes it gets. Because I was testing the YouTube algorithm. Like, I've been making videos for the past 3 months, 2 a day. So I could pretty much check to see how the algorithm does it. And really what it is those keywords you put in. If you put keywords that other people put in the chat when they're doing searches, or that search bar in YouTube, you just got to make them match. So you got to try to pick keywords that are going to hit what people type. It doesn't matter how many likes or dislikes it gets. And then I think too, like maybe those likes and dislikes affect it for the recommended video content, like when the video's over, then what they'll recommend you to watch next. But I'm pretty sure even that goes by the keywords. So I don't know. Maybe it is likes and dislikes, who knows, right? Alright, so Jeremiah was posting that he is from the Philippines. Big shout out to the Philippines. I actually want to travel to the Philippines really bad. Hopefully once the world situation is corrected. I don't know, I've watched a lot of travel videos and I've got a lot of friends that are from the Philippines. Some of them are really good disc golfers. Fuck, this one guy named Aaron. Fuck man, I swear, what is he, like 16 or something? He's a huge kid too. I was like, holy, it's like he's almost as tall as me at 16. And he's a little bit on the heavier side, but man, when he throws a fucking disc, he's just clearing the distance of all the guys my age. Maybe it's because we're all getting into our 40s now, so... But he's just fucking flying like you wouldn't believe. The only thing is he's lacking the control at this point. So I can still slaughter him in the game because he'll throw it way too far, and I'll just land right next to the pin every time. Not to brag or anything, but man, my driving accuracy lately, I got this new disc from Sweden, and holy shit, is it fucking accurate. Like, even in high winds, I laugh because I'll play with other players and they'll throw their disc in the wind. Wind just fucking blows it away and goes way off. And I throw and it just goes right to the target. So it's like, they're like, how the fuck do you do that? I'm like, well, I bought the disc that's the highest rated for wind. There's no disc higher rated. It's specialty made out of Sweden, and it's an edition that they only released for pro disc golfers. So I actually bought it anyways before I turned pro, but now that I am a pro, it kind of works out. Like, I'm a pro, and I use the pro discs. Isn't it funny? The pro discs are like drastically different than the amateur ones. That's what's making it so much harder for them. They do that with golf clubs too. The golf clubs that pros buy aren't the same ones that you can buy in stores. It's like you have to get custom clubs. Well, maybe some golfers that are pro use the stock ones from stores, but I highly doubt it. Alright, so let's read some other comments. He was posting, Jeremiah from the Philippines, that he loves that Entropia Partners is buying sweat for 1.5, but he's having trouble getting those sweat tokens, right? So what I figured, let me check. Maybe I'll do that again today. I was telling him about the free Bitcoin lottery. I'm like, man, if you want to get some sweat tokens, play it. It says you can get them from it, but to be honest, I haven't seen any evidence of that yet, although I have been playing the free Bitcoin for a while. But to be fair to Entropia Partners, they said expect like a big delay getting the free Bitcoin sweat tokens to your account. So I'm thinking it might be a few weeks. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. Alright, so yeah, excuse me. Let's do a free Bitcoin spin today. See if I can win myself some sweat tokens. You can see that people, I was at 300 yesterday, and my Bitcoin referral people got me already over 400. So big shout out to my referrals, guys. Thanks for playing this lottery. Alright, so I got 2 tickets for the lottery, 6 reward points. I don't know, is that more than I usually get? I forget. So I'm reaching close to the 500. Well, yeah, and I was clicking a few of these settings at the top. Holy shit, is there a lot of cool stuff. Alright, let's try... They have the bet high-low game. Then they have a betting section. I was like, holy shit, is this betting section intense. You can bet on sports. You can bet on Bitcoin Cash to see if it's going to go up. You can bet on the fucking presidential elections. You can bet on the price of oil and gold and the S&Ps. So I'm like, holy shit, this Entropia or Bitcoin lottery is intense. How much shit you can do. Yeah, and they got these annual interest rate things. Here's the actual lottery. I was going to show you who won it yesterday. It shows like how many tickets you get in. There was a guy that won with just 500 tickets. And I think I'm at like 40 tickets sometimes. So I'm getting close to the number where you could actually win. Yeah, and then it shows how much Bitcoin they won. Man, this top guy, he won 0.3 of a Bitcoin. That might not sound like much, but Bitcoins are worth a lot. So that was a decent one, or win. Yeah, so it shows now I have 50 tickets, and I'm just playing for free, guys. So, see, that's the trick. Some people are using their Bitcoins to buy lottery tickets and trying to win these lotteries. You can see some people have fucking 2 million tickets, so dear God, it's going to cost quite a bit to buy those. Alright, so here's the wagering contest. I don't really know much about that. Here's a big shout out to my referral people. I don't know, I guess I probably shouldn't show that because I'll have my referral link. I don't know, maybe it's fine to show. Yeah, so you can see, even with just 2 referral people, so guys, you should be changing or updating your websites and or your YouTube pages and adding this referral thing. Looks really kick-ass. Alright, so anyways, let's get back to Entropia. Yeah, so Jeremiah was saying, hey, I want more Sweat tokens, how can I get them? Because I'm in the Philippines. Oh, that's why. Because in Entropia Partners, I think they have limited internet access about what they can watch. So maybe they're not allowed to watch Twitch. If it's the whole Chinese regime is in there, I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure they're a separate country, isn't it? Like, I heard the Philippines was actually a country that formed after the Spanish invaders came, and they had like a whole bunch of kids with the natives there, and then it gave birth to a whole group of people called Filipinos. So yeah, it's a pretty wild history. I was wondering, maybe that's why my friend Aaron is so huge. Like, maybe that's this Spanish genetics mixing in there. It's like, he's fucking, man, an animal. No, like in a good way, he's fucking strong as hell. Maybe it's just his age. I kind of wish I was that age again, although being that age again would suck. So much stuff that you do dumb at that age, it's kind of nice to get over it. Not that I'm overdoing dumb stuff, that's for sure. Alright, so yeah, another guy, Robert Burke, he was posting that he'll teach you both what the devil's messing with everyone. I wasn't sure exactly what that meant, but maybe he's got some of that demonic possession talk that I'm always into going. Those demons! Shouldn't make fun of demons. If I didn't have the amulet, I'd probably be more worried about them. Yeah, that was what I was going to show too, if anyone wanted to see my grandma's house. Back when they were in their 20s, raising kids in the fucking sticks. Right, so there was another guy. Oh yeah, the guy that was doing the fucking shit, or that was offering to invest and buy the ped from people, if that was really what was going to happen. He posted some comments. But yeah, he was the one that put that he invested in the Never Die wallet, lost his money. Isn't that funny? Fucking Never Die scammed a Nigerian. No, I'm just kidding. No, that guy was saying he's from Nigeria. Nothing against Nigeria. I have had my family scammed by Nigerians quite a few times, but I don't hold it against them. It's like, their country is filled with a lot of people with really high IQs that are fucking really good at business. Like, I was listening to an interview with, who is it, Joe Rogan, and that fighter, I can't remember how to say his name, Adesanya or something like that, but yeah, he's the champ right now. He was telling what it's like in Nigeria. Sure, there's some rough parts in Nigeria, but he's like, man, there's a lot of really rich people in Nigeria, like super smart people. Like, I don't know what it is. I think the Nigeria portion of Africa is sort of like the Japan of Asia, where it's like the concentrations of like maybe the best food is there. So the fucking people there are just fucking borderline geniuses. Yeah, so it must be hard for them not to like take advantage of dumb Americans. So if I was in their situation, I'd be like, hey, let's scam the Americans. It's like Americans have definitely done our fair share of scamming other countries, so what goes around comes around. Alright, so let's see, we got about 10 minutes of the show left. I'll try to collect more sweat before the end. Oh yeah, let's get some more Entropia content questions from the viewers. Yeah, so he was putting that he did get his money back from Never Die. So Never Die didn't scam the Nigerians after all. Alright, let's see. Yeah, sorry guys for flooding the Entropia page with my videos all the time. I noticed because I post a video every day that mine are kind of dominating it, but hey, don't feel bad, like, you guys can post more, or, yeah, well, I don't know, I guess it is kind of hard to do a video every day, but really I just record what I'm doing anyway, so it's not like I'm doing anything fancy for it. Although I have kind of been doing too much crafting. Fuck. Right, so, let's see, what kind of comments do we got from my other video? Yeah, this was the investor biped one. If people wanted to, here's a comment from Darcy Moorcroft. She or he put that if people wanted to invest in Entropia and help it at the same time, I would suggest buying up sweat and raising the price of it. People putting in hours of work to generate one ped, which goes to show how impoverished the Entropia nation is. So that's, I think a lot of people get a misconception about sweat. Like, a lot of people aren't sweating to like try to make it rich. They're just trying to sweat for fun in the game. It's like, you don't really need to just sweat to try to make money in it. Like, hell, if you want to make money in Entropia Partners is way faster. Like, shit, I can raise 1,000 pet in Entropia Partners in like a month or two. How long is that going to take sweating? No, the real kicker, if you want to make money quick on Entropia Partners, is start doing the surveys. Holy fuck, do they pay good. Like, some days I was making 40, 50 pet a day just in surveys. And some of those surveys I was reviewing what kinds of weed I liked. From the Ontario Cannabis Store. I'm like, holy fuck, that survey was fun. Alright, so yeah, I was telling Darcy that back in the day, sweat used to sell for 5 pet a K. That was the highest I'd ever seen it. To be fair, there was someone that was buying sweat on Arcadia the one day, and they offered to buy it for me from 6 ped a K. And I sold them, I think, 10K. So I got 60 ped for 10K sweat. I was like, that's my record in the recent times. I think that was about a year or two ago, or maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but fuck man, time's flying. Yeah, so just keep an eye out, maybe you can find higher sweat prices. Oh, Tammy was really nice. She was putting that she would buy some sweat for me for 2 ped a K. And I messaged her, she didn't message back, so I don't know, maybe she was just joking. I'll try messaging her again. Then Sebastian, he was putting that he remembers when sweat was 5 a K too. Yeah, that was cool. I remember those days. Alright, Maddie was posting that he thinks that there is an appeal for Mindark to push it out, and it's like fishing, trying to get people in. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, like selling drugs. Not that you should do that, but it's what drug dealers do, is they'll give the drugs away for free, try to get you hooked, and then fucking take all your money. Not that I've ever done that, fuck. Alright, same price I pay for sweat. That's what Scott put. Oh, here's a good one. I'm getting to comments I haven't even read yet. There's Maddie. Maddie put that Star Trek Online is one. Me and a friend play this. I'm getting back into it. He has made over 2,000 and it's pretty casual. But I don't get it. I'm pretty sure Star Trek Online is not a real cash economy, so I don't know what he's talking about making money in that. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Does anyone know? Is Star Trek Online a real cash economy? That'd be kind of cool. I was posting on my page yesterday, on my Facebook page, that Star Trek DS9 had a convention going. Fuck, that really was one of my favorite Star Treks. That was like the peak of Star Trek. At one point, we had Next Generation and DS9 on TV at the same time. So each week, we had fucking 2-hour-long episodes of fucking kick-ass Star Trek. Man, I fucking miss those days. I think, didn't even Voyager start at one point in that same timeline? So they had actually 3? No. Or did, no? Maybe. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Voyager came after DS9. And Next Generation was already over by that point. Oh, I think what it is Star Trek, the online game, you get paid to do offers. Like I was saying before, you can get paid to be a gamer these days. So there's a bunch of different places that'll pay you to play Star Trek. Some of them will even pay you in PED. I think that's the Entropia one. Entropia Partners, they'll pay you to play Star Trek online in PED. And how that works is they're trying to fish you in, get you hooked, so that you'll start depositing money into Star Trek. But you know me, I'll just do the offer and fucking take the PED and run. Oh, God, I'm running out of air, guys. Now, my lungs still aren't the best yet, sorry. I'm doing my best to keep doing the shows. I probably should have took a week off. Probably. Now, I've got that half German genetics where fucking work ethic is insane compared to most people, to the point where it'll kill me. Yeah, I remember one time I probably told this story before. I was doing the snow shoveling business, and it got excessive where my boss was actually my brother, and he's asking me like, hey man, it's like, I'm gonna be fucking killing myself trying to get all my customers looked after. Can you help doing some overtime? So I'm like, yeah, I'll help my brother out. He needs help with overtime. And the one week, fucking the German work ethic pushed me to the point where it's like, I was shoveling snow, I think was it 14 to 16 hours a day. And I did it for over 2 weeks straight, every day. It was like the only time I was going home was just to sleep for like 5 hours, shower, and then fucking go back out and start shoveling again. And yeah, I couldn't believe the damage that does to your body. Like, holy fuck. Like, I had pushed myself different things like workouts and stuff, but when it comes to pushing yourself at a physical job, it's like you got a boss and all of these other employees who are around you, like wanting you to do it. So it's even more motivation than say if I was just alone at the gym. I'd probably be like, holy fuck, my body's shutting down. I should stop, right? So what happened was, eventually my hands no longer functioned anymore. So it's like I couldn't move my fingers, like my hand couldn't close anymore. So I'm like, fuck, I have to find a way to keep shoveling without using my hands. So what I did is I took the shovel handle and wedged it on my palm and like wedged it with my wrist. So without closing my hand, I could still shovel. And then I did that for like a fucking week. And I was like, dear God, like what else is gonna like give out in your body next? And the fucking scariest thing started happening. Is like, I still needed to like bend my arm to like do stuff. And that was like the next thing that stopped working properly. I was like, all of a sudden I'd be thinking, hey, I got a drink on the console of the truck. I need to drink some water so I can continue my shift. So I would go to reach to get the fucking bottle of water and my fucking muscles wouldn't fire. So I'd be like thinking to move my arm and all of a sudden my fucking arm couldn't move anymore. And then when it did, it was like a delayed reaction. So I was like, holy fuck. It's like, I didn't know you could push your muscles to that point. Where it's like, you think like clench your or move your arm and then there's a delayed reaction, then your arm moves. It's like, holy fuck. So I was like, thank God the fucking snow let up and we didn't have to keep doing any more shifts because I didn't want to test to see what would stop working next. Especially get my mind out of the gutter. Yeah, so people, if you're like ever have a really strong work ethic, be careful. Sometimes it can actually be your undoing. So you're not a hero by fucking killing yourself, working yourself to death. But boy, did I ever fucking get back muscles after that 2-week stretch. I fucking was like taking a shower and I went to just dry off my back and happened to glance in the mirror and saw what my back looked like. I was like, holy fuck, whose back is that? I was like, Jesus, that's me. It's like I look like John Cena or something. I was like, holy. It was funny too, because the rest of my body was kind of out of proportion. It's like I had this huge fucking back muscles and then regular everything else. No, to be honest, my back muscles from that stayed a little bit, but it's not near that big anymore. Alright, so what else comments do we got from Entropians? This guy named Jeff was putting advertise and sponsor new players, run events, donate prizes, operate free warps to other planets, background and resell. And I put, yeah, that would kick ass. Then Mark's, a guy named Max, M-A-K-S. I was thinking I saw R in there, but no. Okay, I don't think it's a good idea. Sooner or later, someone will be scammed. And me personally, I wouldn't give 10 peds to an investor after reading all the posts here. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm thinking what he's referring to is the Nigerian guy that lives in the Toronto area who was offering to buy ped from people. So maybe that's what he was referring to. Right, there's a guy named Aaron Freeman, and he was putting nuke it. He wants to nuke the Entropia universe. Yeah, that actually might be helpful to the Entropians who like, get our lives back together. Gotta pry ourselves away from the game. Destroy it. It's the only way. But I think the only times I've ever actually taken breaks from Entropia for more than like a few hours is when I go on like trips, on my exploring trips up north and I don't have the internet so I can't keep playing it. And even then, the whole time I'm going through Entropia withdrawal. Has anyone else had that? That they're so addicted to Entropia that when they stop playing it, they're like, fuck, like all I think about is playing Entropia while I'm not playing it. Alright, so I'll finish up a few more viewer things. Oh yeah, Mark McCormick was saying the investor, he laughed and said that made his day. I was like, no problem, McCormick. I'm trying to get you to be a guest on my show, so anything you need, just name it. Unless you're calling me to be the sex machine. That's the ladies only. Have to specify these days. No, if anyone wants to check out my referral link for the sex machine, it works for guys only. Sorry, ladies. Oh, wait. Almost drowned the new mob. So tempted to give him a bath. I think he reeks like BO. Or maybe it's not him. Where's that 48-hour stick? Right, so it says here from Darcy, another comment. Also, I think Entropia needs to have merch, warrior-type robots that players can march around and shoot the joint up. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know, I probably read it long. I'm not really following exactly what that was. Maybe some sort of pets or something that are robots that you can march around. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Or them. Darcy is one of those names, and they have a cartoon character for their avatar, so I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. And with these days on YouTube, you have to be very careful with gender pronunciations. Right, so yeah, so thanks everyone. I can't believe how many people are posting comments on the Facebook page for Entropia Universe. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's facebook.com Entropia Universe group. There's a whole bunch of numbers after it, but I'm not going to read out all those. Alright, so that's everything that I could do for today's show, guys. Sorry I didn't have much more action. I'll try to get more action for tomorrow's episode and less just talking. Yeah, and if everyone wants to put these comments on the Facebook page, I really appreciate it. It gives me a lot to talk about during the show. Helps out a lot. Someone was posting that the guy who was the investor got 160 comments, so he might have struck a nerve. No, maybe that guy's from Toronto and he wants to hang out and do an Entropia party sometime, as soon as the world situation's back together. I fucking love partying, so I probably party too much and might be tempted to start vaping again. Fuck. So maybe I'll have to cut back on the partying a little too. Alright. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. We've already reached the hour mark. Thanks everyone for watching the whole way. Really appreciate all the shares. If anyone wants to help share the show in the Discord server, I really appreciate that, because I noticed a few people, or quite a few people, are into the Entropia Discord. Maybe I'll get the Discord running on a second computer, so that way I can share it from there without fucking up the lag speed on my computer, the main one I use for streaming. Yeah, I got the Bitcoin lottery, showed you guys some spins for that. Got the swag box, get cash back on your online purchases. Hideout TV, you can get paid to watch videos. It's very similar to YouTube. Anyone wants to post what their favorite Hideout TV channel is. There's a Pete's BMX channel, that's a pretty good one too, if anyone wants to check it out. Get paid to watch it. What other shit is there? Oh yeah, maybe the Hideout TV, it wasn't paying me because of the country region. I noticed recently they changed mine to the US, and I'm still in Canada, so I don't know what happened with that. I'll have to try to find out. I know it's not a VPN, because I don't bother running those. It's like, I don't really care, because I don't really download any illegal content, so I'm not really giving a shit if anyone's tracking what I download. But, yeah, what else was there? All those. Oh yeah, the Society 6 store, if you want to buy my shirts. Finishing quick is my specialty. And I'm also the king of contradiction, so one of these days I'll get that shirt done and put it on there as well. And if you want to start your own Society 6 page, so you can start making cool custom shirts with your logos for your store and stuff. It's very high commission, but they have it on almost any item you can imagine. They do all the work for you. And I got the link below so you can sign up under me and help my show out as well. Yeah, Raven Jade, she's got the best, coolest looking fucking shirts in all of Entropia, so if you want to order those and help support her channel as well, really appreciate guys if you can do that. And if you want cash back on the purchase for either of those, the Society 6 or her shirts, then you can use the swag bucks. It gets you some cash back for that. Right, I believe that's all the referrals, my Patreon, the sex machine. Remember guys, or remember ladies, it's guys only, but call me if you need a sex machine. Alright, yeah, hopefully that is all of them. Alright, see you guys, bye for now. Talk to you tomorrow. If some vibrant sweat happens to be consumed by one of these Penelian mobs, and he has explosive diarrhea right into your vaporizer, that you vaporize Pineleon diarrhea. It tastes like shit, literally. Then give the video a dislike. I can take it. And yeah, if it doesn't, if you could help out with likes, really appreciate it. And never buy the products from my sponsor. It will ruin your life. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll put a video that YouTube recommends next to it. Hope you like it. If you don't, blame YouTube.